Okay, it's grip and rip week, day 5. We're doing clean and jerk day today. I love me some clean and jerks. I actually do my split jerks the best on clean and jerk day, but there's always so much more volume today because a clean and jerk is like 2 lifts in 1, but I am keeping it at the same kind of volume I've been doing. So like, especially on my first grip and rip week when I was doing triples for my Olympic lifts, you know, snatch triples, that's fine. We're chilling. Clean and jerk triples are fucking horrible. But on top of that, holy, that's got some chemicals in it. But regardless of all that, I'm gonna just have fun with it. I'm more tired than I wanna admit because I ate a fat meal like literally like 30 minutes ago. I normally try to eat a little bit earlier just so it digests a little bit and I feel more mobile, but I'll be fine once I get there. But yeah, no, today we're just gonna keep on gripping and ripping that weight because we do not do pause and slow tempo this week. So for all my lifts, I'm going up to 80 to 85%. I'm gonna end at 85% for 2 doubles on the Olympics and 2 sets of 4 at 85 for my power lifts. I haven't even done the calculations yet. I'm just gonna do it when I get there. But I think clean and jerk is gonna be pretty solid. Like I might go up to something like maybe like 265-ish. Might be around that number. I'm honestly not sure at all. But you know, it's all right. Might be a little bit heavier, but I think it's gonna be fun regardless. Clean and jerks are at least gonna go well. The clean and jerks will burn me out, and so I do front squats after, because on my clean and jerk or snatch day, I like to follow the main lift by its respective squat, and then ending with its respective pull. So I'm doing front squats right after, and that'll probably be kind of heavy. It's definitely going to be over 300 pounds, which is heavy. Heavy. But, it's too early to be having these issues. But, you know, I feel like, again, I've been pretty primed this entire cycle, so I think it's going to go well. I'm not really worried about it. I always try to pick weights that I know I'm going to do, because, like, that's kind of what you're supposed to do. Why would you want to train with weights that you're not sure if you're going to do well? Other than, you know, of course, if you're doing a PR, then you're just going to go whatever the fuck you want to do. But on your normal training cycles, why would you want to do something that you don't feel comfortable with or you don't feel is a range that you know you can do for whatever volume and sets you have? It's just like, I don't think it makes a lot of sense to be like, I used to do a sort of training when I was like a lot more random with it in my ego era. And I used to try to, like, if today was like my 80 to 85% range, I would just be like, all right, we're gonna do doubles and we're just gonna go to whatever feels good, which is good if you actually know how to listen to your body. But most of the time, and it's really, you know, if you're a normal person, it's really hard to keep the ego in check whenever, because like, even if you have it in check, if I hit like 265 clean and jerk double and I'm feeling great, then I'm gonna want to put more weight up. But then if you go too heavy, you'll either fatigue later in the week and fuck up your gains efficiently, or you're just gonna hurt yourself in the workout. And I would rather just do what I'm supposed to do, and then once you get through the calculated shit, then you can go do a PR at the end of your training block or whatever. But you know, just a little rant. But you know, today I'm really gonna try to focus on keeping my core as tight and straight as possible, just driving my chest up. I kind of like to, when I do front squats, I kind of imagine a similar feeling as like when you're benching, where at least for me, when I'm putting that little arc in my back, not like literally pushing my spine to the sky like some people do, but like that little push toward your low back, getting that little curve, the way that I physically feel it isn't just like banana backing my low back. I will push my lats kind of south, like towards my toes, and then into my spine. And I don't know if I just have good muscle memory to do that, but I can like feel the push down, and it kind of correlates with my chest pumping up. My lats will go down, and then I'll push the ends of my lats into my, like toward my middle back or my spine. And so it's kind of a similar feeling on front squat when it's like getting heavy and your delts are trying to give out. You really just want to like drive your chest up and push your lats into your body, however it might feel comfortable. That's just my own mental cue. I know that everybody else might not know what the fuck I'm talking about or whatever, but it's fine. Yeah, but you know, I think it'll be fine. You just gotta, I gotta just make sure I maintain my energy and my breathing. But sets of 4 are normally pretty fun. Just doing 2 sets at the top set is gonna be what takes me down a little bit. But today's supposed to be the hardest day out of the next 3, so I gotta push it a little bit. Other than that, I'm ending with clean pulls, because at that point, as I'm sure you might have guessed, front squats and that, or clean and jerks mixed with front squats, it's gonna have me pretty fucking fatigued and burnt out. So, damn, I'm already almost at the gym. I haven't started drinking those. But yeah, I'm gonna be pretty fatigued by the time I get through front squats. Why did my phone? Did it just go darker? I'm having so many issues today. Regardless of that, I'm gonna end with clean pulls, because that is a much less stressful lift and will work with me when I'm that highly fatigued. I'm still gonna just do doubles because I count it as like an Olympic lift, because you use your full body to up the weight up. I try to get as high as possible. So I don't know where 85% is gonna be at, but it's probably gonna be pretty fucking heavy. You know, I'm not sure where, but I can see it getting close to like 350 to 60 maybe, something like that. I don't know, but I just want to make sure I maintain my midfoot, get that good gravity, you know, you're leg pressing the floor in a way. And just the thing people always forget is you want to maintain your midfoot positioning even after the bar is past your knees. Of course, that's like mentally like, oh, duh, whatever. But so many people will wing the shit out of that bar, and they'll fly on their toes, or they'll go way too far back on their heels, and they'll be like, I pulled on my midfoot, I don't know what happened. I guarantee you are not mentally thinking about keeping your midfoot after you get past the knees, because that's when you want to go ooga booga brain and just throw that shit as hard as you can. So keep the mental thought, you got to keep that midfoot all the way through until you get up to your toes. That is when you can dive under the bar, or that will be where I will be pulling. So yeah, other than that, my car's trying to explode. My coolant system has a leak. I've been trying to mediate it for the past couple weeks, but it is not working with me. So might have to fill my radiator with water again after the gym. I have been doing delivery, so kind of need my car. But I got a good guy that might check it out later, and hopefully it gets fixed. I'm gonna stop fucking rambling, but other than that, it's gonna be a great day. I'm sure I'll see some homies, gonna drink my caffeine, and it is a grip and rip week, so I can't be upset. And again, if I don't get to work tonight because of my car, it's like, it is what it is. You know, I can't really help that. And okay, yeah, I'm out of thoughts. That's all I got, so you'll see the lifts. Get back. There you go. Come on. That's right, come on. I have a lot to talk about with very little time. So as you saw, if you watched, I changed up my form on clean and jerk for the first time in a long while, because what I have found out, we have evolved today. Very, very good progress with my clean and jerk form that I'm sure will progress super well onto my upcoming lifts, which always makes me very, very happy to do. What the shit, fuck, there is a bus in the middle of the road. Anyway, what is so cool is Olympic lifting has always been, you start by mastering an inefficient lift because you don't know how to do the more efficient lift yet. You start with your own form, because everybody's different. You have to figure it out your own way along the way, and you're going to start off with an inefficient lift no matter what, and you have to master that inefficient lift in order to see the inefficiencies in that lift, you know? And so once you see those inefficiencies, you don't restart, but you hit a little mini reset button mentally, and you're like, okay, let's rethink how we're doing this. And then you have to relearn the lift in a new way. Of course, the years of practice you put into it makes it a lot easier to restart every time. So it's probably going to be harder at first. But for me, I think I've pretty much figured it out like day one, which is fucking awesome. Like, it took me like 6 months to figure out my split jerk back when I was fixing it a while ago. And this is like, I felt it today. It was like day one. So just to get through it, because I am ranting so much. I have so much shit in my head now. I feel like I just invented something. What I used to do is, I have long femurs for Olympic lifting. They might not be the longest, but they are definitely long as fuck. And, you know, I can't help that, so I'm gonna just work around it the best way I can. So what I used to do before, I don't know how it is for people with normal femurs or shorter femurs, but I imagine that they can kind of just sit on their midfoot when they start in their starting position on clean and jerk, and then just go straight into it, and their knees will come back naturally because they have less, I don't know how it would work because I don't have that kind of femur, but at least for me, I was working with the mindset that start on the midfoot, progress through the whole lift on your midfoot, and you'll land where you want to. This is correct, but for long femured man, that is me, I kept having issues pulling it correctly, because I would start on my midfoot, but my butt would come up first, and then I'd pull really hard back because my butt would come up first, which, you know, that's like basic shit. So I was like super confused why it wasn't working. So I changed my form to be a wider grip with my normal, slightly more narrow foot stance, so that I could start on my midfoot and my knees would always come back when I would just stand straight up with the bar. What I have learned today is doing this, put my shoulders like basically behind the bar, like almost like you always want your shoulders to be over the bar. Your chest and shoulders need to be over the bar so that you can have your strongest first pull imaginable and have the most surface area to pull into your hips through your second and third pull, and then that makes landing in the clean way easier. And so basically, what, you know, with my wider grip before, I was able to go up and have my knees come back naturally and get to my third pull easier. But this was just all mediating the fact that I was having an inefficient lift. So my first pull was a lot weaker than it should have been, or again, less efficient means weaker, because my shoulders weren't in the proper starting position and I didn't have as much room to pull the bar into my hips. And you want as much air, you want your second pull to go as hard as you can so that your third pull, you have the most momentum. And so basically I was just going straight from, like, the moment it got past my knees after the first pull, my second pull would like jump straight into the third pull. And I would have like very little momentum or power put behind the bar while getting under it. And again, the wider you have you know, when you have your hands next to you, it's easier to get your elbows up. The further out you go, the more your elbows go down, the further out your grip is. And that was happening to me. So anytime I got to like 80 to 85% and above, I would land with my butt trying to wink, my core not tight, and the bar falling off my delts because my elbows were all the way down. And I couldn't fix it because my hands were too wide on the grip. And the same thing with the split jerk, I would push the bar backwards because opposite wise, when you get to the top of, like, when you do a full deep squat with wide grip, I know some people are like acclimated for it. That's just their arm length needs to be at a wider grip. Mine doesn't. And so when I'm at the bottom of a squat, my elbows are down. But opposite wise, when I got to the top of the split jerk, I had to have, in order to balance my core and have a good dip and drive, I would have to push my elbows as high as I could, because my hands weren't in the right position. So I was almost pushing the bar too far behind my head and overdoing my split jerk whenever I'd get tired. And so now, the way that I can deduce it all together from what I've learned is, because I basically learned the mental cue today, in the matter of like, I got it to my top set, fucked it up because I was trying new shit out, as you saw. My first top set, I missed the second one just because my form wasn't efficient enough, because I switched it up. And so I fucked around with 135, 185 a little bit, and they came back and like literally completely turned it around. And so the mental cue that I put together in those sets is, because I have longer femurs, I don't know if this is everybody, because I just was not taught this until today, or I didn't learn this until today. But for me, with my No! Wait. Oh, we're good. I thought my phone died. Fuck. Okay, well, it's still recording, so I'm gonna just turn the headlight on, and it might be a little bit of a blare. I'm sorry. I don't know why my flashlight turned off, but fuck, we're here. Basically, the thing that I figured out, because I don't want my phone to die before I get this out, is my starting position has to be slightly forward on my midfoot. And the way to counteract this is, like, of course, doing this puts my shoulders over the bar, so my first position is good, great. So the issue I was having before is my shoulders were over the bar, but my butt would go up first. So by putting my hips slightly higher, with my shoulders over the bar and my feet, my center of gravity being pushed slightly toward my toes, just slightly off my midfoot, the moment I pull up and I get that first pull, I have to manually push my knees back And my mind muscle connection is just to think I gotta refigure my feet into mid-foot on the way up. So I start slightly forward, have a good first pull, and while I'm having my good first